What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope you all are having a great day so far. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Getting into this episode of GH. Wow. That Ava and Nicholas scene today was so intense. It was a scene that I needed, but it went so far left that I did not know it was going to go there. I had no idea they were going to take that. I knew something was going to happen to Nicholas. I knew it. I didn't know it was going to happen today. So let's just get into that. Of course, Nicholas went to Windermere all huffy and puffy, pissed off, chest all poked out, like he was gonna do something. And when Ava told him to leave, this bastard, this is a pet peeve of mine because I hate when people do this. This bastard gonna sit here and put his hand on the door and block the door from being closed in his face. Soon as he did that, my first thought was, Ava, back away from that door, go to your purse, go get your gun. Because it's going to be that type of conversation. I could sense it already when he did that. That's a pet peeve of mine. I cannot stand when you're about to close the door on a motherfucker face and they either want to put their foot in the door or they want to put their hand in the door. That right there, see, that should have told her where that conversation was going to go right then and there. She should have went and got her gun and put some bullets in his ass. Because I'm like, sir, now you acting out. You showing out now. I done told you to leave the residence. I will not repeat thyself. The next thing you gonna see and hear is a bullet. I'm just saying. Like, you can either leave on your own accord or emergency services can come and take your ass out on a gurney. It's your choice. Like, I'm just saying, you're not about to block my door from being slammed in your face. So he done stormed up in there, basically accusing her of weaponizing Spencer against him. And Ava stood her ground. Ava said, no, you did that shit on your own. You did it to yourself. So that's when he finally told her the truth. He broke down everything with Esme and Elizabeth. He told her the full truth about everything. And, tears started streaming down her face and stuff like that because now she's starting to realize, like, okay, so that's what's been going on with your ass? And she was like, oh, you feel that way about me? Nicholas was like, yeah, I did feel that way. Keyword, he said I did. He said I don't now. He was like, I did feel that way till you use my child against me. Like, Nicholas was on one. So this bastard gonna sit here talking about something, oh, you weaponized my son against me. You of all people know how it feel to lose a child, but maybe you need a reminder. When he said that, my thought was, bitch, what you about to do? What you mean she need a reminder? So Ava started laughing like, you can't take Avery from me because you can't get custody of her. You ain't got no ground to stand on. You're not her father. You have no custody of her. You have no parental rights. And he gonna sit here talking about, oh, I don't need the courts. I got my family power. I got my Uncle Victor. And he was like, I'm gonna tell Avery that you said goodbye. And he started making his way towards her bedroom. I said, no, bitch, you going too far now. Now you taking this a little bit too far. You don't play with nobody kids. And Ava jumped into mama bear mode real quick. Ava was not about to let him take her child. So she grabbed that little statue off the thing and said, bow. Knocked him right on the fucking head. I said, that's what I'm talking about, Ava. Knock his punk ass out. Because Nicholas done went too damn far. Way too far. I'm like, he done lost his cartoon primetime ever loving ass mind. If he think he gonna come up here and take some child up out of here and run off with her, it ain't going down like that. Hell no. I'm glad she smacked the shit out of him with that statue. Good on her. Good on her. Knock his ass out. Now she just need to clean up the mess. We can't have a popo coming up in here finding no body on the ground now. You ain't got time to be dealing with no charges. You need to wrap him up in some sheet paper or something and throw him into the ocean or something. Put some center block down there so he don't pop up. I'm just saying, like, we gotta cover this up. We gotta stage the scene, clean up everything. No traces of him was here. Let the staff know y'all didn't see or hear anything if y'all want to keep y'all job. I'm just saying, like, Ava, clean up the mess now. We gotta keep you out of prison. That's what we need to do. We gotta keep you out of harm's way. Cause I'd be damned if Nicholas's last laugh is gonna be you in shackles in Pentonville. It ain't going down like that. Hell no. Ain't going down. Not gonna happen. So anyway, moving on from that. Laura pretty much was demanding that Spencer tell her what the hell going on with Nicholas. Like, what is this about? Like, what are you holding over his head? Because she knows that it has to be something illegal, or something also that could, you know, ruin her career, something that could have an impact on her being the mayor too, whatever Nicholas has done. So Spencer was like, no, I'm not gonna fill you in on all that. He said, I'm not gonna tell you. But he was just like, you know, he doesn't want his father to die or anything like that because he wished that Nicholas would have stayed dead. And he was like, he don't wish death on him or nothing like that. He just don't want Nicholas a part of his life anymore. Well, sir, you're about to get your wish because it looked like Ava may have solved that problem for you. And you know, he just want to protect the child or whatever. And Laura kept reminding him, like, you are in no shape to take care of this baby. She was like, for one, I've never even seen you cook a meal for yourself. I ain't mad at it. Cause I'm like, listen, how you gonna take care of a child? You a child yourself. You know what I mean? He not ready. And why you want to throw away your youth on that? You know, to raising somebody else's child. Like, absolutely not. I mean, I can understand, you know, the reasoning behind it, but I mean, don't get me wrong, ain't nobody ready to take care of a child. No matter, even if you do have a nurturing bone in you, you're still not really ready. You know what I'm saying? Until you have to be ready. But in this case, he need to lead this to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, you're really not there, you know, to be taking care of no child. You ain't even got a home of your own yet. So how you gonna take? How you got to convince a judge that you're stable enough? You got to have a career. You can't just show them a trust fund with some money. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some type of job. You know, you got to have a home. You know what I mean? Some type of stability. You know, it's a lot that comes with taking care of a child and convincing a judge that you can. It's a lot to it. And I understand where Laura's coming from. I do. You know, that's her son at the end of the day. Nicholas is her son. And she loves him and she doesn't want to give up on him. I get that. But it's like he's a detriment to everybody at this point. It's like, you really want to put your career on the line for his ass? And I already know Laura loves her job as mayor, but she's a mother first. She's a mother and a grandmother first. And I'm pretty sure she would give up being mayor for her family in a heartbeat. You know, if she had to pick one over the other, she'd give that up. I know she would. But it's like she worked so hard to be mayor, and she is doing a good job of being mayor. In my opinion, as good of a job as you can, you know, as you can do. Shit, she better than my little do nothing mayor. But I'm just saying, she doing a good job. It's like, why give that up for that bastard? You know what I mean? Like, I would never in my life. I would love my children to death, but you would never mess nothing up for me. You know what I mean? Like, my livelihood, that's just not going down. I take a belt to your behind if I let that happen. I'm just saying, you know, Nicholas is a grown man, and Laura shouldn't blame herself. You know, and that's exactly what she was doing, blaming herself, talking about, oh, if I would have raised him, he would have turned out different. You can't think like that. You can't blame yourself. You know, Nicholas had a lot of positive people in his life. You know what I'm saying? Alexis, Emily, you know, Laura was still in his life. Lulu, you know what I mean? He had a lot of positive people there, you know, to guide him and give him great advice and moral support and stuff like that. So whatever he chooses to do with his life as a grown man, that's his business. That's not a reflection on her. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, it takes a village to raise a child anyway. So he had a whole village surrounding him of good people, and he still chose to be an ass. That's on him. Can't sit there and blame yourself for that mess, and nor should she. You know what I mean? Your son turned out how he turned out because that's what he chose. That's who he chose to be. He chose to go down that dark Cassadine path. That's on him. It's not on her. You know what I'm saying? It's not on her. She needs to absolve herself of that guilt, because it's really, you know, that's Nicholas's problem at the end of the day, not hers. So anyway, moving on from that, I agree with Finn. 1,000% I agree with Finn. I feel like Elizabeth needs to pump her brakes on turning herself in. She really does. She needs to hold off on that turning herself in part, because I agree with Finn. Like, you do that, what's going to happen to your children? You know, he was fearful about what could happen to Cam and the boys. Like, Cam would have to step up more to help take care of the boys. He would have to eventually quit college to do it, because there's no way he could take on helping those boys full-time, work, and go to school. It wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get him, you know. So Liz, you know, she was like, I'll think about it. She said, I'll sleep on it, but if I still feel the same way in the morning, I'm going to turn myself in. I feel like she needs to turn herself in with a plan. Like, if you really are adamant about turning yourself in for this mess, have a plan before you do it. Call Scott. Get some good legal advice before you turn in there. You know, let him mount a defense for you. You know what I'm saying? Let him do that for you before you think about turning yourself in. You know, come up with a game plan first. But I also feel like the boys wouldn't be in a bad shape, because I feel like there's no way in hell Laura would just sit back and let Cam quit school to help take care of them boys. Laura would not let that happen. I think Laura and Kevin would definitely step up to help take care of them boys. I think they'd let the boys move in with them so that way Cam could stay, you know, in school and whatnot. It'd be a huge adjustment because Kevin and Laura both have demanding careers of their own. But I'm pretty sure they'll adjust. You know, that's what family do. They make sacrifices. And Liz is a part of the family. So I'm pretty sure if push came to shove, they'd be there in a nanosecond to help out, you know, and help take care of them boys. So anyway, moving on from that. Link is such a creep. Like, I feel itchy just watching him. Like, he made me want to take a good shower. Like, I'm just saying, like, he just dirty. All groping on her like that. I'm like, get your hands off her legs and thighs and stuff. Like, go somewhere, you creep. He's such an ass. So, basically, he wanted BLQ to sign those papers to get her songs back in exchange that she keep her mouth shut about all his past sexual harassments, all his current sexual harassments, and any future sexual harassments. He is... So basically, he's admitting subliminally that he plans on sexually harassing women in the future and now. Of course. Such an ass. Ugh. Honestly, in this case, I'm happy that Chase is going to stay on and help out and help take Link down, because even when he went over to Blaze and stuff like that, the way he was caressing on her, oh, it's time for us to make you a big star now, bigger than Lady Gaga, like he all touching on her and stuff, and you could tell she was creeped out. And that's why she pretty much kind of begged Chase to stick around, because if Chase leaves, she has to be left alone with Link. And there ain't no telling, like, he just give me rapey vibes, like he'll try to force a woman. You know what I mean? Like, Like, I'm just glad Chase decided to stay for a while, because it's like, you know what? Somebody need to beat that man down, arrest him, do something. You know what I mean? Because, such a damn creep. Blaze is a gorgeous ass woman, though. I ain't gonna lie. That girl is beautiful, man. Like, I just be looking at her like in awe, because she is a bombshell. And here go BLQ lying again, because when Chase came over and asked her what was that about, she was like, oh, I got my songs back and stuff. And he was like, okay, what did you have to do in exchange to get those songs back? She gonna sit there, oh, I just told him that I'll do some commercial jingles and stuff like that. And I'm just like, lying again. Like, I don't understand BLQ. Like, you ain't learned your lesson the first time. Ain't learned her lesson. Just sitting there lying to Chase again. So I'm like, now when he find out that you chose to not dig up dirt or be quiet about his past and current and future sexual harassment, I feel like Chase is gonna be pissed again. Because why you keep lying to this dude? Like, does lying come naturally to her or something? It's like, come on now, you ain't gotta keep lying to the man. So anyway, moving on from that, I love the scenes between TJ and Trina. I love it, the little cousin scenes, them bonding and stuff like that. I'm here for it. You know, he gave her a little bit of insight into Spencer, because he has known Spencer a bit longer than she has. So he was like, you know, since he was a little boy, he just was lonely. You know what I mean? He didn't have really any friends like that. And he feels like even now as an adult, he feel like he's still lonely or whatever. And when he carries too much, you know, like the weight of the world on his shoulders, or he carries too much, he gets himself into some trouble. You know what I mean? So I'm glad TJ was there to give her a little bit of insight into Spencer, because at the end of the day, her parents really don't want her with him, because they feel like he ain't gonna do nothing but hurt her. You know, that's what Cassadines do. Like, she's just gonna be a part of the, you know, Cassadine mess. They've seen it, you know, especially Taggart. He's seen it happen before. They all know the history of the Cassadines. And I don't blame Trina. You know, she didn't want her family to know, her parents and stuff to know about their conversation. She was like, nah, let's keep that between us. And I'm glad TJ told her, no, you know, we gonna keep it between you and me. So I guess everybody getting ready to go to the rehearsal dinner for Portia and Curtis. My thing is, the rehearsal dinner, ain't that the night before the wedding? I think they do rehearsals the night before the wedding, right? So that means the wedding is supposed to be tomorrow. So what are they gonna do? Stretch the wedding out to the 14th? I mean, what's today? The 6th? It'll be a few days in our time, but in their time, I guess it'll be a day. So anyway, moving on from that, Austin was not here for Mason and his foolishness. You know what I mean? Because Mason sitting there on the phone with the boss lady talking about, oh, that Jerome woman, Ava, she gonna be a problem. Austin wasn't here for it. You know what I'm saying? Austin basically told Mason, stay the hell away from Ava. You know what I mean? Like, stay away. Of course, Mason is not getting a hint at this point. He talking about, that's your girlfriend or something? He said, no, we're just really good friends. He said, so then you wouldn't mind me paying her a visit tonight. Sir, keep your cue ball head ass away from her. Please and thank you. She got enough drama going on. She already done bust Nicholas upside his little noggin. You want her to knock your bald ass out too? Because it can be arranged. I'm just saying, like, y'all gonna learn to leave Ava Jerome the hell alone. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and Austin reminded him of that. He was like, oh, trust me, Ava is more than equipped to take care of herself. I'm like, exactly. You know, she definitely don't need a protector, but Mason need to leave her alone. She's not a threat or a problem to whatever it is you and your boss got going on. You know what I'm saying? Ava's not looking into you. She don't give a damn about what you got going on. But he need to back his ass up. I'm just saying, he doing too much. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.